want to come back to the question of whether wisdom is something that basically we gain through reflection. I mean, is it sort of a cognitive, a rational process, Valerie?
Well, I think I wrote a book called The Reflective Life. I mean, maybe you can guess my answer, but I certainly think reflection is part of wisdom. But in the book, as Philip kindly mentioned, I also think you can engage in reflection too much or too frequently. To connect it to my current obsession, which is humility, not in the context of science, but actually in the context of friendship, where I think one of the mistakes we make in trying to help other people make decisions is thinking we know what it's like to be them. And I think we do this, maybe I'm, as an older sister, maybe I do it more than other people, but I think people in general assume that the things someone else cares about are the same things that I care about, and the way you think about things is the same way that I think about things. And I think that if we have that natural tendency, it does take a little bit of reflection at times to overcome that, because you have to create a kind of policy for yourself where you sort of talk yourself down from your lofty sense that you know everything about everything.
So one of the practical pieces of advice here is stop giving so many pieces of advice, suggestions to other people.
Thank you, yes. That is my paradoxical advice.
Yeah. I want to take up a theme which I think is also something Valerie agrees with, which is that reflection should come in to the well-lived life at various points. I think Aristotle was very much beguiled by the thought that only a very few privileged people, males, highborn, members of the Greek aristocracy, could live well. I certainly don't think that. But I think we've become vulnerable to another thought, which is that it's something that your life is somehow something that you set on course at some moment of decision. You know, you have a moment of what Walter Pater called an epiphany. Joyce took up the term, and so Stephen Dedalus is sort of constantly having these moments when things appear to him. And, you know, it's as though at some point in your late adolescence or your early adulthood, everything comes together. You decide who you are, what you're doing. Then your values, your commitments are all set for the rest of your life, and you go out on your plan. But I don't think it's like that. I think reflection should come in not in some sort of one unique moment of stock taking, but actually throughout your life, as you grow, as you change, as you learn that some of the things that you thought were really important aren't as important as you thought. And it's a reflection that I think, and this goes back to my theme about the importance of our connectedness with others and the things that we do for other people, that really require you constantly to be thinking about how your life is making an impact on other people. And that can be done, as Valerie's just pointed out, from your thinking that you know what's best from them. But it can also be done by your taking on board this, I think, actually quite crucial component in being wise, which is recognizing that they might have a different and distinctive point of view, trying to fathom it, trying to perhaps engage them in conversations about your point of view for them and their point of view for them, and so on and so forth. So all of this, it seems to me, goes into the kind of reflective process through which the wise person who lives well forms values, judgments, plans for the future. And then, if all goes well, at the end, I think you can make this judgment from the late in life perspective, where you see yourself as wanting to do it all again.